This is the Jasion X-Hunter Electric Bike, and I have to say, it's one of the sleekest looking e-bikes I've ever had a chance to ride. When you see it in person, the first impression is all about those fat 20-inch tires. They're almost cartoonish, but in a cool way. The full suspension frame looks beefy and modern, the paint finish is super clean, and even folded up, it still manages to catch the eye. Mine's in white, my husband has the blue one, and honestly, both look great. It's not just a commuter bike. It actually feels like an all-terrain powerhouse that you can take on just about any adventure. I want to give you a quick review from someone who uses this bike most days, both solo and with my family. Before I got my X-Hunter, I'll admit, I was a little hesitant about transitioning from a regular bike to something electric. I kept wondering, would it actually make rides fun, or would it just be heavy and clunky? I was also curious if the battery would last, if the folding design would actually be practical, or if the suspension would be comfy enough for the kind of rough, bumpy trails I like to take with the kids. Now that I've logged quite a few miles on it, I feel ready to share my honest experience. Key features of the Jasion X-Hunter? The one that stands out the most for me is the motor. It's rated 750 watts, but it has a peak output of 1400 watts when you need serious power. This means that the bike can hit a top speed of 30 miles per hour, which, to be honest, felt ridiculously fast compared to what I was used to. I use the speed responsibly, especially if I've got the kids in the wagon behind me. But when I'm riding solo, I love how it handles hills and rougher terrain. I never feel like I'm straining or stuck at the bottom of a steep incline. It just goes. Then there's the battery. Jasion claims a full charge gets you somewhere between 55 to 70 miles of range. In my experience, that depends a lot on how much pedal assist or throttle you're using, whether you're climbing hills or just cruising, and how much weight you're hauling. On average, I get about 40 to 54 miles per charge, especially when the wagon's loaded up, but if it's just me, I can sometimes stretch even further. The best part is, the battery is removable, so you can take it inside to charge and not worry about weather or someone taking it from your bike. The ride itself is super smooth. The Jasion X-Hunter has a full suspension system, which means there's a shock absorber for the front wheel and another one in the back. For anyone not familiar, suspension helps to soak up bumps and potholes, so rides are less jarring. It's something you'll appreciate if you ever had your wrists rattle going over rough gravel or city streets. The seat and handlebar are both adjustable, which help me and my husband both set it up just right. I'm a bit shorter, he's taller, and we both get a comfortable fit. Another thing I absolutely love is that the whole bike is foldable. With everything folded down, it fits in the trunk of our SUV, which honestly expands our options a lot. We've taken it camping, to the beach, and even for quick trips to see friends. Setup and folding are fast. I can do it myself in a few minutes, and that's coming from someone who isn't usually great with complicated gear. The techie side of the bike is simple to use. There's an LCD display on the left side of the handlebar. When you hold the M button, it switches on and immediately shows your speed, battery life, what mode you're in. So basically, it's like a little dashboard for all your info. There are 3 different riding modes. You can go full electric, using the throttle only, pedal assist, where the motor helps you as you pedal, or just bike like normal, with no power at all. You can also adjust pedal assist between several levels, so you're in control of how much help you want. That flexibility is great for me because sometimes I want pure workout mode, and other times I just want an easy cruise around town. Safety is pretty well addressed for an e-bike at this price. There are mechanical disc brakes on both the front and back wheels. They're reliable, but I would have preferred hydraulic brakes because those offer a bit more stopping power and feel, especially at high speeds or with extra weight. But honestly, I haven't had any trouble stopping or slowing down when I've needed to. The bike also comes with a really bright headlight and a cool adjustable rear light. If you're into early morning or late night rides, being visible is non-negotiable for safety, so this is a big plus. It's not all perfect though. The main downside for me is the weight. At about 71 pounds, it's much heavier than my old standard bike, and even a bit heavier than some other e-bikes I've checked out. Carrying it upstairs isn't something I'd want to do often. The pedals are regular, non-folding ones, so when you fold the bike, they stick out a bit, which is something to think about if you're cramming it in a really tight car trunk. I also noticed a very slight delay before the motor kicks in when using pedal assist. It's only about a second, but if you're at an intersection or starting uphill, you notice it. The rear suspension, while great most of the time, can feel a bit stiff if you go over very large bumps or rough patches. Not uncomfortable, but if you're extra sensitive, it's there. And just for transparency, the full range of 70 miles is only achievable under the best conditions. Think, a lighter rider, flat roads, and a lot of pedaling. For me, the real-world range is closer to the low end, especially carrying around kids and gear. But I really like this bike for what it gives me: power, comfort, flexibility, and fun. In my opinion, the Jasion X-Hunter is perfect for anyone looking for a mix of city commuting, off-road exploring, and maybe even family outings if you add a wagon or child seat. It's ideal for those who want an e-bike that feels sturdy and dependable, not flimsy or underpowered. From my experience, the folding design has been a real bonus for apartment living, car trips, or just not having a giant bike taking up space in the garage. If you're new to e-bikes, no worries. The controls are easy to get the hang of. The display tells you everything you need to know, and there's plenty of adjustment to make sure you're comfortable no matter your height. If you're someone who loves to tweak riding settings, you'll appreciate being able to flip between throttle, pedal assist, or straight-up human power anytime you want. I'd recommend this for beginners and intermediate riders, or really anyone who wants an affordable, practical e-bike that doesn't feel cheap or flimsy. It's also been reliable. The battery hasn't given me any problems, and all the electric components have been solid even after months of near daily use. Maintenance so far has been about as simple as for any regular bike. Keep the tires pumped, the chain oiled, and watch for any loose bolts with all that folding and unfolding. In conclusion, I've really enjoyed my time with the Jasion X-Hunter Electric Bike. Sure, it has some quirks, like the weight and the slight delay in pedal assist, but the pluses far outweigh the minuses. The strong motor, great battery life, smooth full suspension ride, and folding design make it a real asset for my daily routine and adventures with my family. If you found this quick review helpful, or if you have more questions about what it's like to own or ride the Jasion X-Hunter, make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you think, or if you have your own experiences to share. Thank you for watching.